a friend of mine, General Snorunt, has started a own draft league, and I decided that as he has joined multiple of draft leagues, that I would return the favor and join his first, and therefore we have a new league that we are going to cover. That's going to be the Snorunt Army Battle League. As the name suggests, it's General Snorunt's competition, and let's see what's there to say. It is a NetDex draft, and we got the last position in the draft league. A position I do not mind at all, because you can make wheel picks that really go well together. And yeah, after seeing my pick and seeing a lot of Pokemon getting drafted, I decided to pick something up that has always annoyed me when I played against it. So yeah, not only is it not going to annoy me, I hope it's going to help me annoy others as well. Because my first pick is Chillguy the Kyurem. And Kyurem is a very, like I said, annoying Pokemon to prep for, and that is because besides the fact that it has 660 total base BST, base stat total, 660 base stat total. It is a mixed attacker with both 130 points in attack and special attack. It is also fairly bulky with 90 in both defenses and 125 in HP. And even though its speed is 95, it has ways of boosting its own speed with items like a Choice Scarf or moves like Skill Shot. This thing can get quite a bit faster than it already is. It always has the ability Pressure, which is okay, I guess. And it was 17 points of the 110 that I had to spend. And with Pokemon being from 19 points and lower, 17 is quite up there, but I think it is a bargain, because I was able to combine it with my second pick, what I'm gonna talk about. But first, Kyurem. Like I said, offensive, very versatile, with both physical and special attackers. On the special side, it gets coverage like Earth Power, which is great. It can be more of a Stolly set with, because of its pressure ability, it can use moves like Substitute and Protect. And yes, I know this has been used against me in the Burnt Out Draft League, and that's part of how I got the idea to, besides Kyurem, pick up my second pick on the wheel, Chillguy the Slowking. The reason these Pokemon do help each other out quite a bit is not only its weakness stable. As you can see, the Grass and Electric moves that Slowking is weak to, Kyurem is able to resist. And moves like Fighting type and Steel types moves that Kyurem doesn't like can be resisted by Slowking. But besides that, Slowking has Regenerator, which is great on switching out, and it has the great switch out move, Chilly Reception. And with Chilly Reception, you set up the snow when switching out, and Kyurem gets a defense boost in the snow. So as you can see, already some great synergy here between Slowking and the Kyurem. Besides that, Slowking is pretty bulky, 95 HP and 110 special defense. Makes this thing very hard to take out with special moves, and with base 80 physical defense, it can take a hit on the physical side as well. Base 100 special attack means this thing can pack a punch on the special side, so it's not just a very defensive mon that just sits there, tanks hits. It can also do something in return, and yeah. Like I said, for just 12 points, 29 points in total, I've got a already strong start to the draft, I think. With Pokemon that really synergize together. After that, I had to wait quite a bit. 30 picks came after me, 15 up and 15 down the ladder, to make it back to me. And with another wheel pick on the horizon, I decided to pick up Ursaluna Blood Moon. In my original plan, I had Scizor here, which I picked up, but in Grace I decided to make a couple of changes, and Ursaluna Blood Moon was the Pokemon that I decided to bring in over the Scizor. Couple of reasons why I had done that. Even though Scizor is strong on the physical side, I picked up some heavy hitters on the physical side, and I needed a big hitter on the special side besides Kyurem. And that's where Ursaluna Blood Moon comes in. With base 135 special attack, this thing can hit like a truck. Base 120 defense and 113 HP makes this thing very bulky on the physical side. And being a normal and ground type means levitating ghost type Pokemon would normally be a problem for me, but I have Mind's Eye, and Mind's Eye makes it so normal and fighting type moves do regular damage into ghost types. So there is nothing that I cannot hit with Ursaluna Blood Moon, which is amazing. Just like Slowking, this is quite a slow mon, so even though it isn't very fast, it can pack a punch. Maybe I can set up a trick room with Slowking, for example, for the Ursaluna Blood Moon. The possibilities are there, so let's see if we can make it. Things to know about Blood Moon further. It has priority in Vacuum Wave, something I always forget about when playing this thing. So yeah, when I think I have this thing on the ropes, it is able to kill me off with a Vacuum Wave, and I always hit myself in the head because of that. So let's hope I can surprise a couple of opponents with a Vacuum Wave as well. For 16 points, I think this was a decent pickup, and after the Blood Moon / Scizor pickup, I decided to go on the wheel for my first Terra Captain in Thunderous Incarnate, aka Blitzkrieg. Pokemon from 13 points and below were able to terrestrialize, and you had a Terra budget of 25, for which you at least had to pick 2 Terra Captains. With 13 points, I already dented my Terra budget quite a bit, but I think it is worth it. So far, Thunderous is the fastest thing on my team with 111 base speed. Combining it with Prankster is amazing, because Prankster Thunder Wave will help out the team very much. I decided to go for the three Terra Cap types of Flying, Ground and Ice. One of the 3 typings had to be a Step type, so that's why I went for Flying, because Thunderous has amazing options for the electric typing, but for flying type it is a bit lacking, to be mild for it. Ice and ground are just amazing types that it normally for Pokemon that it normally has a hard time hitting for super effective damage, mainly electric and ground types. So with ground and ice it can basically get through a lot of opponents. Basically, I cannot think of a single type that can resist either 3, so that's great. Again, Thunderous is a mixed attacker. 115 base attack and 125 base special attack means can go for either physical or special depending on what the week needs. If I face annoying dark types that I want to hit with status moves, I can always go for Defiant. Also, if my opponent has a couple of Intimidators, I can go for Defiant, getting speed. And that way making Thunderous hitting even harder. And yeah, this time I decided to go for the name Blitzkrieg because, like I said, it is one of my faster Pokemons in the draft. Especially at this point. After that I had to wait 30 more turns, and while waiting I believe it was Cat's It's My Life that I talked to about my draft, and he said maybe you should go for speed. And after that I was like, yeah, you know what, that makes sense. But then I realized, wait, after I made the pick, this isn't such a great pick. It was Cinderace. In the end, I decided to drop Cinderace, and I picked up it was Gourgeist that I first picked up. Gourgeist, aka Hollowed. For just 6 points, I picked up Gourgeist, mainly because Gourgeist is a spin blocker, which I really like. I like having a ghost type on the team to block out any rapid spins. And another fun fact, for just 6 points, Gourgeist comes in all 4 forms. We have the regular, the supersized, the big, the regular, you have supersized, regular sized, small, and large, and all come with a different stats spread. The bigger they are, the bigger their HP stat and lower the speed stat, but I also believe the attack stat gets higher with the bigger the size. And the slower the size, the lower the HP and the speed stat get higher. Some decent abilities in Insomnia, so it cannot go to sleep, and Frisk. Revealing items, which can always be great. I think Gourgeist can be a great support set for my team, or a great support mon for the team, because Leech Seed is annoying, and it can keep itself and others healthy with moves like Synthesis, Delete Seed, remove any abilities from my opponent with Worry Seed, make things a ghost type with Trick or Treat. It can, I'm not sure if it gets Forest Curse to make opponents grass types, but yeah, it has some decent coverage, and very happy to have Gourgeist on the team. And like I said, after Gourgeist I decided to pick up the Cinderace, which I did not pick up, or that I dropped in the end. Main reason why I dropped it is because I got Spyro the Cyclosaur. It's a bit faster, it doesn't hit as hard as the Cinderace, and it costs a lot less points. Because of that, I was able to not only pick up Blood Moon, but I picked up an 11th Mon after that. And I'm gonna tell you why I picked up Cyclosaur. First of all, I did not have a normal type on the team in the end, which is great for to have against ghost types. Second off, I didn't really have much options or any rapid spinners in the end. I did have defog on things like the Thunderous, but no rapid spin, which is very bad for your own hazards, I can tell you. But Spyro also has great synergy with Slowking. Slowking resists ice and fighting type moves that the Cyclosaur is weak to, and both have regenerators, so basically I can keep switching them in and out and heal each other off, while also Cyclosaur is a great support mon. Besides Rapid Spin, it gets moves like U-Turn to switch out. It gets Knock Off to get rid of items on my opponent. It has some great coverage moves, both on the physical and special side. Even though it doesn't look all that defensive, with an Assault Vest it can take a punch. And in the end it has more resistances and weaknesses and immunities than it has weaknesses. So yeah, it gives me some extra speed. Thunderous is no longer the fastest thing on the board for me. With 121 it's now Cyclosaur. Still not my fastest mon, because I decided later on to pick up a Pokemon that is very fast. And you might be wondering, why isn't Gourgeist one of your Terra Captains? It is because I have a better mon in mind for that. But before we go there, I had to wait 30 more turns again for my next turn. With these 6 picks, I am already at about a little under 75% of my points. So from now on, I decided I needed to make some budget picks for Pokemon that I needed for some roll compression. I needed a grounded poison type because, yeah, it's like a standard for me. I do not like to get T-spiked. And yeah, so I decided to pick up Slime Shady the Muk for just 3 points. Thank you, Muk. For just 3 points, I got my grounded poison type and a very trusted compadre for me. Muk is something I really enjoy using. With Poison Touch, it has a great ability to get some Pokemon poisoned. It has Toxic Spikes of its own, and it can absorb Toxic Spikes. Sticky Hold can make it hold its item even when it's getting knocked off, which is great. A great Special Wall with 105 HP and 100 special defense. It has great coverage with moves like Drain Punch to keep itself healthy. It gets the elemental punches, so Ice, Fire and Thunder Punch. Has coverage, which is great. It gets Shadow Sneak for priority. Yeah, like I said, I really love Muk. And for just 3 points, it is a bargain. And I really love that I got it for just 3 points. So yeah, Muk can be more of a... Basically, it's the same as Slowking. It is a bulky defensive... it's a bulky offensive Pokemon that can take a punch and deal them as well. So, after Muk on the wheel pick, I decided to go for something I needed as well. And that is Segax the Sylveon. I didn't have a fairy type, and with one of my opponents hoarding all the fairies, I was happy to get a fairy type in round 8 that is as great as Sylveon. Sylveon, of course, only have it as a pure fire fairy type, only has 2 weaknesses in Poisonous Steel. Great special defense, again, just like Muk, just like Slowking. So, on the special side, nothing is going to really surprise me at all. It has, like I said, just like the Muk and the Slowking, it is very strong on the offensive with base 110 special attack. It deals a punch. This thing has Wish, which is great for me. It gives should give me Heal Bell. I'm not sure if it... I believe in that decks they keep Heal Bell, and in Scarlet and Violet decks, or... yeah, they lost it, so... I'm happy to have... I believe I still have Heal Bell here with Sylveon. Pixelate, great ability, boosting normal type moves by 20% and making them fairy, so that's always great. Q-Charm can be something very fun to use if I decide to do it that way, so yeah. Even though the physical defense isn't as great as its special defense, because of that HP, Sylveon can still take a punch on the physical side, so yeah. after that, we had 19 points left, and I had to plan out the final Pokemons in my draft. Like I said, I wanted something that was faster than Cyclizar, because 121 as your highest speed is pretty slow actually, and I want people to speed creep Pokemon that are higher speed than Cyclizar. So I decided to pick up one of the fastest Pokemon that was still around at this time at the board, and that was Skyward the Aerodactyl. Like I said, base 130 speed is amazing. It would normally be one of the faster Pokemon in battles, so just for 9 points, it was... I wouldn't say it was a bargain, but it was well priced for what it can do. Besides it being very fast and hitting pretty hard with 105 base attack, it has moves like Stealth Rock, Tailwind, and Defog for support for the rest. But of course, offensively, this thing is incredible. As a rock type, it normally has also ground type moves like Earthquake that it can use. It has coverage in Crunch. Flying type moves like Dual Wing Beat are there, just like Stone Edge or Rock Slide, and can set up with Dragon Dance. Not sure if it has moves that do recoil damage, so Rockhead can activate. But with abilities as Pressure and Unnerve, it can still be very annoying to deal with, especially Unnerve and Berries. Yeah, it can be hard to take out if you have a Resist Berry and it cannot get eaten because of Unnerve. Left me with 10 points, and at this point in the draft, I decided to pick up my final Terra Captain, and that was Bisharp for just 6 points. I said 25 points for Terra Captains. That's incorrect. I believe it was 21. So this makes 19. Bisharp is... I don't know why General Snorunt decided to put this thing up for 6 points, but it was cheap for what it can do. This thing, base 100 defense, base 70 special defense, but with King Gambit existing, this thing is able to hold Eviolite and get a 50% boost on both its defenses. Combine that with a Terra type, make a Terra type with Steel, Fairy or Water. This thing can take a punch and with base 125 attack just deal massive damage to whatever I need to do the damage to. Defiant is amazing, just like the Thunderous. Against intimidating Pokemons, against sticky webs, this thing gets a boost in its attack and makes it harder to break down. Fake Outs will not be affecting me if I decide to run Inner Focus. And again, my third Pokemon with pressure, so I can really PP stall my opponent if I want it. If I want to do that. Besides that, it has a great typing in Steel and Dark. Gives it a big weakness to fighting, of course, but having an immunity to poison and psychic is great, and it being a steel type, it already has a lot of resistances. But yeah, after the transactions I made with Blood Moon, Ursaluna and Cyclizar for Scizor and Cinderace, I had points left over, as you can see. So I decided to pick up the final Pokemon that's gonna have great synergy in this team. That's going to be Ice Mouse, the Alolan Sandslash. Alolan Sandslash, Slush Rush, with me being able to set up Snow. Great success. Snowcloak, of course, not viable in this format because evasion boosting abilities, moves and all that are illegal. So Sandslash gives me a second Rapid Spinner, gives me a Snow Abuser and a very strong physical defensive or offensive Pokemon. So yeah, it rounds out the team pretty nicely. It is my second steel type, so not the greatest. Also second ice type. So looking at the weaknesses chart that I have a couple of fighting type weaknesses that are annoying, like the bishop, but bishop can terrestrialize out of it with Terra Fairy. I have, ironically, an ice weakness, but Thunderous can terrestrialize out of it by becoming an ice type, and that makes it a green spot, I believe. I do have some rock weaknesses with Huram, with Thunderous, and with Aerodactyl, but again, Thunderous can terrestrialize out of it. My speed stats are looking pretty decent. There are some gaps that I am not all that happy about, but that in the end I can live with. My physical offense looks amazing, almost 100 on average, so that's pretty insane. With 65 being the lowest physical attack, and that's from the Sylveon. On the special attack, pretty decent. Alolan Sandslash really lowers that average, but it's whatever. And my defensive stats also look pretty good, so I'm really happy on the stat department there. So these are 11 Pokemon that I'm able to bring in Season 1 of the Snorunt Army Battle League. Really looking forward to start off this season, and I think my videos will be uploaded on Saturday, and yeah, if you are looking forward to them as well, let me know down below if what you think of the team, how you think I can do with this team. If you disagree with something that I said, of course, let me know, and that can only help me strengthen the team. So yeah, leave me with a thank you for watching, and I hope to see you all next week. Bye.